Hello, traders out there in Traderland. Welcome to the weekend edition. My name's Des, Senior Analyst and Mentor here at Grok Trade. This video is good through Sunday, February 13th, 2011. And this is Valentine's weekend. Happy Valentine's to all of you, especially here in the US, where I know for a fact we celebrate it here. Not so sure about other countries. Let me know if you do celebrate Valentine's in other countries. It'd be interesting to know. After all, we have 150 different countries represented here. Thank you for watching. You're part of tens of thousands that watch us on a daily basis, and we do sincerely appreciate that. We have a lot to talk about. Before I do, let me talk to the guys here. All you guys, make sure you get your spouse or your girlfriend something nice for Valentine's. It's this Monday. Most things are closed on Sunday. So if you're lucky enough to be watching this on Saturday, wake up and go out and get your spouse or significant other something very nice. All right, here we are. We have some big news. Mubarak has officially resigned, and that broke on Friday, and the markets popped 44 points due to that. Let's check out what we saw on Friday. We had the Dow up 44 points, the S&P up 0.55%, Nasdaq more almost 7%, and the Russell's up huge 1.16%. Banks led the markets all day long. We started off in negative territory on Friday, and we were talking in the chat room that, wow, watch that bank. The financials are strong. Expect the markets to pop. And sure enough, that's just what they did. Gold is continuing down. I'd like to look at that. And also the US dollar made another pop on Friday. And let's look at the markets here. I'm going to look at GLD. Gold, a couple things I was showing you on a couple videos past is we have this rollover effect, and you can see this rollover effect with these trend lines dropping, and you knew you were in trouble as soon as you got those. And then sure enough, we come crashing down. Now down here we got our tweezer bottom and also our bullish harami. It's a huge one, but that's what we received. I entered gold here and rode it up, and now I've since exited my gold position. I'm out of that and silver. And I wish I had held silver longer than I did because it continued up without me. But, you know, you can't complain when you're making money. Here, the formation that we have is called a bear flag. You drop below moving averages, and then you have this rally. And this is kind of a little choppy, tight rally here like we have. And then I have a Fibonacci retracement of about 50%. So if this thing starts to drop, gold could be in a lot of trouble here. So pay special attention to the 20-day moving average on gold. If we break that, be expecting more gold damage and gold going to the downside. After all, we dropped on increasing volume, rallied on dissipating volume. I'd like to also take a look at the US dollar. US dollar, big crash. We get this triple top type formation, big crash below all major moving averages, and then we're going up in this jagged formation, which we are building what's called a bear flag. If you're not familiar with a bear flag, just go to the chart school at freeonlinetradingeducation.com. Go to the chart school, click on bear flags, and it talk to you about them and show you pictures of them. And this right now is at the 38.2% level. And as long as it stays below the 61.8, or as long as the UUP stays below 2291, it has a significant chance of dropping. If it crosses that trend line right there, uh-oh. So if the dollar drops, you should also see gold dropping and the markets rally higher. So keep that in mind. And, you know, while we're here talking, I brought up a stock, FDO, and this is Family Dollar. This was on last week's Stock Picks V newsletter. and we had a play above 42.33 right here, and this is a falling wedge formation. If you're not familiar with falling wedge formation, again, go to chart school and I'll talk to you about it. But we had a bullish divergence here on the MACD. If not familiar with the what a divergence is and how to do those, you might look at the 201 courses because that'll teach them to you. But this has rallied up, and now it's building a really nice high base. Nice high base here on FDO. So those that are still in this trade might add to it if it breaks above. I'm going to be doing a V newsletter this weekend, and chances are this one will be on the list yet again, with probably 10 to 12 other picks for the week. And also, have you guys been watching Apple? Apple here had the big bullish pennant. It broke out. We go into a very choppy Thursday. Friday, we build this high base. Anything over 360 could be a decent play here. Now, we do have the MACD crossing over, but if this were to pop up over 360, be watching that. How many of you are in Baidu? I wish I was still in Baidu. Look at this monster of a run. Gap, high base, breakout, closing near the day's high on Friday. This is a machine. Anyway, wow, I have played Baidu a lot lately, and I have missed this run, but boy, I have not missed some others. Have you guys seen Fossil? That one's on our bull list, and that one just took off from our bull flag. And anyway, we have a bunch of them that we're playing. LFL, falling. This is called a specialist behavior play that I entered on this day. You don't see these very often, but my mentor students, they know how to play these, and they pay some great money. Boom! I mean, you can get in with the specialist. Instead of being victimized by him, you can get in with them. All right, let's get to our charts here. Here's the S&P. The S&P on Friday, we're at a resistance trend line. That worries me. We need to break out of that if we're going to go bullish. Our weekly chart right here is, we have support. Let me get rid of my crosshairs. We have support right there, which now act as resistance, resistance, and resistance. So the weekly looks very like it's also hitting a lot of resistance. So the daily and weekly, a lot of resistance. The monthly here has some room to go yet. Now I drew a trend line here. I put another trend line here from these swing. You know, I got two swings, but a lot of hits running up. I mean, we have plenty of room to move yet because we were at this resistance point, which arguably we might still be at this swing low. See that right there? That swing low is 1323, 1324. And we close at 1329, so we're over that resistance, which bodes well for the monthly. The Dow looks really nice. We busted over resistance. We made a high base. We're starting to make a move right now to the upside on, you know, average volume. The weekly for the Dow shows us breaking out, not too shabby. So once you break that trend line becomes less important. So I'll make it a little thinner here. Don't want to get rid of it, but it's not nearly as important once it's pierced. So that looks nice. I mean, the Dow daily, the Dow weekly look really nice, but I lean more towards the S&P because the S&P gives me 500 stocks. The Dow only 30. Big difference. And then here we have a swing low, nice trend line. I copied that trend line, put that up here, and because they're nice and parallel. It's not a perfect trend line yet. I need another swing to really feel good about it. But here, let me show this to you. We have this swing right there at 12,255. We're at 12,273. We're technically over it. However, some would argue we're still at this area. I think this gives us a pretty good indication that we could still be heading up. Yeah, all the major indicators, or oscillators, I'm sorry, stochastics and the CCI are telling us we're in overbought territory. But long as we keep moving higher, I don't care if it's overbought, I'm still going to be a bull. Nasdaq, let's take a look at this. Now, Nasdaq can act as a leading indicator, making new highs. The problem is this lower trend line. If we go back in time, we have a swing low. We come up, hit this doji as a swing low. We come up, we break that area. See that? We come up, we actually get past it and then immediately drop. A little jab right there. Then we rally up, 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 smack our head at it. We drop, we smack our head at that line yet again. So the daily, big resistance. Here's the weekly on the Nasdaq. We have this trend line that goes way back here, June 2010. Oh no, that's 2009. 2009. Go into 2010. Go up, smack our head. We smack our head, but actually we're popping up over it. See that? We're over it here. Now we were over it here a little bit too. I could almost take that line, take it to the top of that one. I mean, we're just right there. The Nasdaq weekly is a toss up, but that looks like it needs to pop through and really get healthy. Here's the monthly on the Nasdaq. We run a number of days here. Stochastics reading over bought, but there's open skies here to keep moving north. We have this swing high at 2867. That's the area that I'm looking for. We'll probably stall there, but I'd like to see us get to that upper trend line. But we'll see if it has the power to do so. Here's the Russells. Russells had a really good day Friday. And it's making these new highs, busted through a nice little resistance line. Let me show this to you. We go down way back here, nice support. We come up, nice support in November. We come up, we gap down below it. Support now becomes resistance. Come up, resistance, and then we pop through resistance. So if this leads the Nasdaq, that means the Nasdaq will be busting through resistance. And if you have both the Russells and the Nasdaq busted through resistance, what do you think's going to happen with the S&P and Dow? Yeah, they're going to keep moving up also. And that's really quite bullish for the markets if that were to happen. Here's the weekly, which beats the daily. And we have support, resistance, resistance, and oh no, the weekly is at major resistance right now. It needs to get over that trend line. If it doesn't, it's in trouble. It has to be able to get over that to keep the momentum going northbound. And then on the monthly, we have trend line down here, support and support. I copied this, slapped it on that one swing. I made it gray because this is a ghost line, meaning that there's not two swings, I only have one. The only merit that this trend line has is that it's on a single pivot, but it is copied from this one, same pitch. It's, if I were to grab this and move it down, they're identical. You can see that. So I'm going to lay it right back at the top there. So the monthly has a little more room to go before it hits it, but I'll tell you, this is going to have some decent resistance, especially at 850. 850 is going to be a big one because of those swings back here and this trend line. So I do see the monthly continuing higher, but I do see resistance coming here that could certainly stop the markets. I expect to see the QE2, the pumping of money into the markets by the Feds to support these markets. As long as volume keeps flowing in and we see that the financials stay strong, we should be in some good, we should remain bullish, no problem. Here I'm at FinViz. If you go to FinViz, and click on groups. You get this really cool list. These are the major groups for the week. The one I focus on is financials. It's kind of in the middle, but basic materials is dropping, which actually bodes well for the broad markets as a whole. But for the month out, financials still in the middle of the mix. Industrial goods conglomerates hot, and that's usually bullish when conglomerates are that strong. And 3 months ago, conglomerates doing very well. These are huge companies like GE that have a bunch of different type of businesses under them. Industrial goods did well, financials. But let me show you something. If you go back a year, financials was third from the bottom. Do you see that? 6 months, financials was third from the bottom. But when you go to 3 months, we're fifth from the bottom. Financials, 1 month, fifth. So you see an increase of financials, and that bodes well for the markets and the underlying strength of the markets. A lot of you are beginner traders. And your education, you need to take serious. You can't just be watching some videos, go to some seminars, and think you're going to be an Einstein trader. It just doesn't work that way. What we put together here at Grok Trade is what we feel is second to none. Not only do you get real-time data here, this is real-time, not delayed like you get other places. But the thing that I really want to encourage you to do is at the top of the screen, you'll see new Trading Education 101 videos. Click on that and go to the 101 videos. These are free online courses, trading courses that other people sell for lots of money. I'll tell you, if you guys been to Better Trades, VectorVest, Option Addicts, or Teach Me to Trade, or Rich Dad, if you've been to any of those programs, you know how much they charge for this. Well, I taught for many of these brands, and we're giving it to you free. Take advantage of it. The chart school I was referring to is right here. Click on the chart school, and if you're interested in our stock picks, that's our V newsletter. Trading education, that's our 201s, that's deeper, more advanced, 6 hours, and the mentoring. We do have a mentorship coming up in a couple weeks. If you are interested to learn more about the mentorship, this is where you quit trying to be a trader and actually become one. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where I take you in under my wing and I teach you how to trade. So you quit trying. Instead of a hobby, it's a business. But there it is. I threw a lot at you in this video. Do me a favor and just spread the word. Let people know that we're here to help them. And do your colleague a favor and let them know about us. Give them this video, and because this video will help you become a better trader and how to react to the markets that are to come. And that is it. I wish you all the very best. Happy Valentine's to each and every one of you. I know we have a large group of female traders there. Happy Valentine's to each and every one of you especially. Thank you for being a part of Grok Trade, and safe trading to each and every one of you. And if you'd be so kind, give me a thumbs up down there.